So there guys, welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. We have cleaned out the Drogenkeeper hotel in Das Kessel House. And we got a new guy. We got Blitz, the red-headed decker who helped us up there. And we're heading home. A couple of customers still here, didn't mind the bloodbath. They're, what's that? Why is there a white square down there? I don't know. Anyway, let's leave. Oh god, I can't remember what I sort of gave him an American because it was in a hey, thanks for the assist. Can't say how happy I am to leave this place behind. Yeah, no problem. Blitz nods at you, then abruptly changes the subject. Say, you wouldn't happen to need a Nova Hot Decker, would you? Because I suddenly find myself unemployed. Wow, if you're a decker, you can just turn him down. That's pretty cool. Actually, yes, we could use a decker. Why not? You know, fairly obvious where this is going. Blitz, you're hired. Excellent, fantastic. I promise you, you won't regret it. Blitz has joined your team. Sweet. I figured we might as well, because he's on the fucking screenshot that we use for the for the thumbnail, so he's obviously meant to be part of it. Oh, the Cruise Bazaar. Your team makes its way back to the nearest U-Bahn station. 20 minutes later, you're on a return trip to the Cruise Bazaar, leaving the filth of Drogenkeeper far behind. But the image of Green Winter's twisted corpse continues to linger in your mind. You lift one of the discs that you pull from Winter's safe to the light. Reflections dance off of its surface. With luck, you'll soon have the answers that you've been looking for. Man, can't wait to find out what's on them discs. Very suspicious shit happening, isn't it? We've got two dead deckers fried by whatever was going on in there. We can't even know. We don't even know. Crew advancement available. As you lead your team through the shadows, your companions will continue to develop and learn new combat skills. Clicking the icon in the lower right-hand corner of the screen will open the crew advancement menu. When this icon is highlighted, one or more of your companions is eligible to learn a new combat skill. At each advancement level, you may choose one of two possible combat skills for each of your runners. Choose wisely. Okay. Cool. So we can level up our crew. Oh, man. Oh, sweet. Fucking sweet as. So, Eiger. Okay. Eiger, we can get Sniper Specialist, gain ability Steady Shot. Eiger gains a sniper rifle ability that increases accuracy by 35% for one shot. That's pretty good. Or Shotgun Specialist. Eiger gains a shotgun ability that imbalances targets, making them easier to hit on subsequent attacks. See, these both sound good. However, Blitz is sort of up close and personal, and I'm pretty fucking pro at being up close as well. So I feel like we want to keep Eiger as our ranged sniper, because I think she'll be pretty badass if we do that. So we're going down the sniper skill tree. I like this style of thing. It reminds me of, oh man, what was that game? Vandal Hearts. Oh, anyone ever play Vandal Hearts? That was so fucking cool. What a game. Do I then change to Dietrich, Anarchist Shaman? So he can get Meltdown. Dietrich's Electro Core spell now strips 1 armor. Not bad. Or Blade Specialist. Dietrich trains further with throwing weapons, increasing his accuracy with throwing knives. What does he get later on? Fire or Earth Attunement. Increase radius on the Electro Core. Oh, reduce thing. Yeah, I feel like we'll go pure Electro Core on him, because he's shit at throwing weapons anyway. We'll go with Meltdown. So we chose Meltdown, Sniper Specialist, and then Glory. Oh, the best one. What does she get? Glory gains a melee attack, a razor slash followed by kick. Pierces up to 1 armor, may do armor piercing damage. Or Pistol Specialist. She's crap with pistols though. I feel like we should take her down the melee route and just have her as a fucking badass Robo Ninja. So we're going for Razor Specialist. Oh yeah, fucking Edward Scissorhands up in this bitch. Wow. Are you sure you want to confirm these selections? Hell yeah, we do. Everybody's level 2. How do I... There we go. Wow. Okay, cool. Let's save that just to make sure that we don't have to do that. Oh, we've got 9 karma waiting as well. Let's just quickly make a save. Because I do worry about crashes and stuff and having to do shit again. 9 karma. Is this just for me, the karma? Let's have a look. Oh my god, 9 karma. Holy shit. So, body would make us take less damage and increase our hit points. There's also some... Oh no, there's not a bonus yet. I see. How much would that cost us? It would cost us 6 to take that. Quickness... What does that push us towards? Oh, that's just the max. Oh man, we should totally push our quickness up, I think. Ranged combat... rifle... We get something at level 5. Deadeye. Well, we've already got a massively high to hit chance anyway. What does that one do? Oh, that would be nice. Dodge would be very good for us as well. Not really bothered about strength. Not too bothered about intelligence. Not really bothered about willpower. Charisma could be handy. New etiquette at 6 for that. I feel like I want to increase quickness. And then that leaves me with 3 points, which is enough to up my dodge as well. So there we go. That's what I'm spending my karma on. Cool. Hope that was the right choice. I'm saving it. I'm locking it in. That is the choice that we've made. And now we're gonna have to live with it. Right, I guess we head back then, back to our base, and see what Paul's got to tell us. Oh look, there's Blitz. Can we get some some background on him? Blitz looks up at your approach. The table beside him is littered with cigarette butts and a data jack cable dangles from a portable terminal set up by his side. Hey, Chief, you need something? Just checking in. You doing alright? His smile widens. Great, Chief. I'm doing just great. It's real nice to be able to wind down and relax for a change. No more worrying about this ganger or that ganger sneaking up behind me and slipping a knife between my ribs. He slaps the table with a grin. It's a good change, Chief, I've got to say. Yeah, don't let your guard down. His smile widens and he taps his chest. You can see the outline of a machine pistol through the leather of his jacket. You underestimate me, Chief. I never let my guard down. Not even here. Any thoughts on the last run that you'd like to share? Well, Chief, I wasn't around for most of it, but you got me out of that hotel, and for that you've got my eternal thanks. And then we have some questions. Blitz. Blitz glances wistfully back at the terminal on the table, then turns back with a sigh of resignation. I suppose, but try to keep it short, okay, Chief? I've got things to do. How long were you in Dragonkeeper? I ended up there after the anarchist revolution of 39. I was just a kid back then, too young to realize how good I was. How much money I could have made working the shadows. He shakes his head, a wistful expression on his face. And so, being young and dumb, I fell in with the gang crowd, and that was that. You remember the drug gang? Wish I'd trust you. Why wouldn't you, Chief? I mean, just look at me. He does his best to give you a winning smile. I'm a trustworthy guy. Tell me about the gang that you ran with. Well, I don't know all that much, Chief. I wasn't a member of gang leadership or anything. I'm not really sure why you care either. Yeah, consider it a test. Fine, whatever. He rolls his eyes. If that's what it'll take for you to trust me, fine. Anything for you, Chief. Well, where to begin? When I first arrived at Dragonkeeper, I spent some time taking in the lay of the land. The Schwarzherzen were still a pretty small gang. I wonder what that means. That's black, isn't it? The black somethings. Herzen. look that up for me. Someone Google that shit. Find out what it is. The Schwarzhosen were still a pretty small gang, strictly street level, but I could see they were going places. I did a little pro bono decking for the leader, a fat little dwarf named Dietrich. Soon enough, I was a part of the family. For a drug gang, the Schwarzhosen were decent enough folks. I made a lot of money with them, helped them take the hotel in the first place. We had a lot of good years there. Then Dietrich was killed in a firefight, and our happy little family fell apart. Was that when the hotel got attacked? Blitz takes a deep breath, shifts his weight from one foot to another. Not exactly. The Schwarzhosen maintained their hold on Dragonkeeper, but the change of leadership was bad news for me. After Dietrich kicked the bucket, his second-in-command took over. She was a real piece of work, called herself Leonie Luster. She had a vicious streak a mile long, and she was none too fond of me. Did she turn on you? Immediately. I don't know why. Maybe she felt threatened by my friendship with Dieter back before he ate that bullet. Or maybe she was just jealous of my rugged good looks. Who the hell knows? The point is, she went after me, vigorously. Within 24 hours of Dieter's death, I had a price on my head, and then the hotel got taken over. So that's what you need to know about the Schwarzhosen. They were a great gang, a powerful gang. I helped to make them that way. Then they had a management turnover, and everything went to hell. Blitz rocks back on his feet, his hands in his pockets. That's it. End of story. Anything else you want to talk about? Ooh, we can use our intelligence for something. Ooh! I love it when you get these special options. I love games that do that. It's so much fun. Oh man, that's what I used to love about the original Neverwinter Nights. It was just like, oh. Wait a second, that isn't it. There are some pretty big holes in that story. Come on, Chief, this is all ancient history. Wouldn't you rather talk about the future, the runs we're going to go on, all the money we're going to make? Blitz, tell me what happened between Lust and putting the price on your head and the hotel getting attacked. Alright, Chief, fine, if that's what it'll take to make you happy. She was in a bind. Oh, sorry, I was. So I was in a bind, right? The members of the Schwarzhosen who were loyal to Luster were all out for my blood, and none of the others were going to stick their necks out for me. The advantage of being a gang was protection in numbers. When those numbers turn against you, you gotta get creative if you want to stay alive. What did you do, Carl? Blitz taps the plastic of his data jack. What I had to. Luster had declared war on me, so I retaliated, and I won. All without ever firing a shot. That's not an answer. Blitz sighs. You won't be satisfied until I spell it out, will you? Okay, fine, I hacked into Luster's computer and sent all of her information to a rival organization. Remember Frank from the hotel? He was my liaison. They hit the Schwarzhosen, and they hit him hard. Then they took the hotel, and, then they took me. I'll admit that the plan backfired a little. Yeah, you did what you had to do. I guess I would have probably done the same as well. Blitz lets out a sigh of relief. Thanks, Chief. I knew you'd understand. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to what I was doing. He gives you a lazy salute. We'll talk later, I'm sure. And, Chief, I'm glad to be a member of the team. Okay. So, I mean, there's this obvious whole thing of, like, do we trust him or do we not trust him? Is he too good to be true? He's obviously a very... He's got that sort of vibe, hasn't he, of a shyster, like a con man, you know, a snake oil salesman, if you will. But at the same time, it's like, you know, what would you do if your entire gang turned against you and put out a hit on you? You know, it wasn't exactly a traitorous move. I sort of want to chat to a couple of people and just make sure everyone's still down to chat. Hey, boss. Dietrich gives you a slight nod. What can I do for you? Any thoughts on the... Yeah, well, let's ask everyone about that run. Any thoughts about that last run? Well, we found winners. That's something, I guess. This whole thing has me feeling uneasy, boss. But at least we have a direction to look in. How are you holding up? Dietrich shakes his head, a wistful expression on his face. Nah, no harder. But I'm less buttoned up than the others are. Igor will never let herself show any weakness. And Glory? Well, she's too full of chrome to feel much of anything. He shrugs. Me, I don't give a damn. I spent too much of my life putting on a show for others already. What do you mean by that? I used to run a punk band way back when. Believe it or not, I've spent a pretty good chunk of my life on stage. Whenever we weren't playing, I was living up to our fans' expectations, spouting off, getting into fights, getting drunk, getting laid. Not a bad life, all things considered. What was your band called? Oh, I doubt it, boss. We never really got any airplay. Spit it out, man. Come on. Alright, boss, if you insist, our band was called Messerkampf. Spelled just like it sounds, in big capital letters with an exclamation point. We weren't a big act or anything. We sold a few records here and there, toured around Europe. I have no idea what that means. We had a decent following in England, and we holed up in London from 31 to 36. Spent most of our time slumming around the East End and picked up enough cockney to irritate the folks back home. He shakes his head. Truth be told, the whole chapter of my life is a bit of a blur. We didn't do it for the fans of the fame, and we sure as shit didn't care about money. All that mattered to us was staying young and drunk and angry. He takes a moment to examine his gnarled hands, a sad smile on his face. We managed the second too. Good God, where's the time gone? Dietrich shakes himself from his reverie and looks back up at you. That familiar, easy grin returns to his face. Well, anyway, boss, everything ends eventually, and I washed my hands of all this years ago. So let's change the subject if you don't mind. How did you go from fronting a band to running shadows? Wasn't as big as a leap as you'd think. I already had a healthy disrespect for authority, and I had the magic to back it up. One nice thing about shamanism, as long as you keep your idol happy, it doesn't matter what else you do. The Dragon Slayer chose me to be his servant, and as long as I was scrapping with someone bigger than me, it didn't much care whether I did it on stage or in the shadows. Tell me about the Dragon Slayer. He shrugs. Not much to tell. He chose me when I was just a kid. I could always feel him in my heart, goading me to laugh louder, hit harder, get rowdy than the rest. Of course my family didn't understand, but the hell with him, I thought. I knew that I was destined for great things. So I listened to him, and I cracked the skulls of a lot of bad people. He saw this and was pleased and rewarded me with magic. And I used that magic to crack bigger, thicker skulls, and so on. He shrugs. It's a simple life, but a good one. And you can sing? He regards you with a critical eye. I was the frontman for a punk band, boss. Fuck no, I can't sing. That is brilliant. Love it, he grins. But I wasn't half bad at riling up a crowd. Good man. He nods at you. Take it easy, boss. Oh, man, that was cool. I sort of like Dietrich a little bit more after that. That was a nice little bit of backstory. Holy shit. Do I need to... Let's have a quick look at my stash, because I'm carrying a bunch of shit on me at the moment. I do not need this jazz, really. I probably do need those. Do I need both of these nades? I'm going to get rid of the basic nade, and I'm going to take a basic med kit. I can't actually equip the rest of my squad, which is a bit annoying. There must be a way of doing that, but I don't know how. Maybe you do it between missions. Iger turns to face you. There's a pained look on her face. Metal Gear. Look, I owe you an apology. Damn right you do. Angry, huh? Well, that's okay. You got a right to be. When Monica died, I was pissed. That probably doesn't come as a huge surprise. God, that hurts. Metal Gear. But I took that anger out on you, and I shouldn't have. Seeing Winter's body like that was enough to convince me. You couldn't have done anything to help Monica, and I couldn't have either. We're dealing with something new. Monica was a good friend of mine. Her death hurt. I got carried away, and I said some things that I shouldn't have. I want to apologize for that. Her body relaxes. She begins to turn away. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. There are a few things that I want to say. She stops and turns back to face you. You can see the wariness behind her eyes. Go ahead. No one's stopping you. I accept your apology, but if you ever insult me in front of the team again, you're going to regret it. That's a promise. I know we were told to push her, but I'm so wary. I'm not a naturally pushy person. I'd be like, you're a valuable member of this team, Michael. No. Yeah, I accept your apology. Look at my stern face. This is my face, Iger. I accept your apology, but don't insult me in front of the team, okay? She nods appreciatively. Some backbone. That's good to see. Don't worry, Slick. I won't question your competence again. None in front of the others, at least. But I won't lie. I still have concerns about you. Well, that's your prerogative, but don't forget who leads the team. Don't worry, I won't. She turns away. You should go, fearless leader. I've got prep work to do for our next run, and you've got more important things to do than watch me pack my gear. Metal Gear. Okay, cool. man, I fucking love this shit. Where's Glory? Where are you, Glory? It's chatting time. I know you don't like chatting, Glory, but we're gonna get some backstory out of you if it kills me. Slick, what do you need? Hey, Glory, how you holding up? Don't worry about me, I'm solid. You sure? You look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now, it doesn't. I have a question for you, Glory. I'm sorry. I'm not big on sharing sport. Personal reason. You understand, I'm sure. I understand, but I still need to talk, Glory. Glory lets out a weary sigh. Ask our questions, but do it quickly. I have things to do. You can't have started winning the Shadows much more than 5 years ago, top, so what's with the vintage chrome? It was cheap. Gets the job done. She shrugs. End of discussion. Tell me about it, Glory. You're right. There's more to it than I'm letting on, but I'm not interested in talking about it. Oh, God, she's so cold. I can't help but notice that you seem guarded and withdrawn. That's my problem, and none of your concern. Okay. Oh, God, I wish I knew which way to take this. I don't... Is it that she doesn't trust us? I don't think so. I think she trusts us. Oh. Okay, we'll try friendly first. We'll do good cop first. Okay. Trust is earned and I don't know you yet. Maybe later, when we get to know one another better, we can talk. For now, I'd prefer if you dropped it. Fine, we'll drop it, Glory. We'll drop it. God damn. Oh, I really want to get some fucking info out of her, though. Who have we not talked to? That's everyone, isn't it? That's all 4 of them. Cool. Let's have a quick look at the old computer. Got to check my emails. Check your inbox. No new messages. Should we have a quick look on the Shadowrun BBS? Claim payment for sold pay data. Did we do that? I didn't even remember doing that. Holy shit. Did we do that? Do we have any others? No, okay. Ah, that's strange. I don't remember doing that, but never mind. Fine. We'll have a quick chat to Paul. And that's going to be the end of the episode. I realise all we've done this episode is chat to everyone, but I think it was worth it. I really loved getting that bit of backstory out of Dietrich. That was fantastic. And I feel like we've maybe made a bit of headway with Iger as well, so that's cool. And we found out a bit about Blitz. So, excellent. Just a shame Glory keeps giving us the cold shoulder. But I guess when your shoulder's made of chrome... Right, fuck. Okay. News travels fast, Slick. It seems a small group of well-armed assailants entered Das Kesselhaus Hotel earlier today and cleaned house, so to speak. If you believe the tale, the controlling gang was eliminated down to the last man. Then the assailants strolled calmly out the front door, leaving a rather interesting power vacuum for the residents of Drogan Keeper in their wake. Amsel fixes you with a hard stare. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Gang? What gang? It was unfortunate, but I didn't have a choice. I had to get through them to find Green Winters. That is true. We didn't have a choice. We tried the alternatives. Well, perhaps there was no other way. I applaud your dedication to completing the mission, but I would recommend subtlety where possible. Mass bloodshed is not always the best means to an end. I know, but we tried. All we wanted was the fucking key. But enough of this. We have more pressing matters to discuss. Amsel's expression is harder than you've seen it before. When he speaks, his voice is grim. Nigra's told me of Green Winter's death. She said that he died in the same manner that Monica did. It wasn't a pretty sight. Amsel nods gravely. I know that you and Nigra have had your differences. I will tell you that she was badly shaken by the sight of Winter's body. She also mentioned that you found something in Winter's safe, a package full of very old discs. May I see them? Of course. Good God. Gingerly, Amstel lifts a disc from the bundle and holds it up to the light. Slowly begins to turn it in his hand, causing rainbow patterns to shimmer across its surface. I haven't seen one of these since I was a boy. This is a DVD, rewritable DVD, guys. Holy shit. A data storage medium from the mid-2000s. I'm amazed that Winners was able to find a device that could play it. Do you know we can read these things? He puts down the DVD in his hands and quickly inspects the others. The first disc that I looked at might be readable. The others are damaged, some severely so. I have my doubts about them. For now, let's concentrate on the undamaged disc. There's a little shop outside, the Data Haven. Talk to the proprietor, Malit Holy, fucking hell, Jesus Christ. Malit, we'll just call her Malit for now. I can't even, whatever. She might be able to help. Tell her to put the cost of the device on my account. Wow, you can really be a complete asshole to these people. I'm on it. We'll do it, Paul. I'm just not a big enough asshole. I suppose we should probably give Dante a pat on the head or something. Pet him. Good boy. Sit. Ah! Play dead. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, let's pet him again. Right, okay. Well, that was fun. What a nice little distraction. We'll take him with us. You know, I'm not fussed about taking him. So we need to go talk to Malit about playing back a DVD. Ancient relic of the past that it is. And a rewritable one, no less. So that's pretty interesting. Right, that's where I'm going to leave it though, guys. So let's save our fucking progress. That was pretty cool. And the next episode we'll find out just what's on those discs. But I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.